Shalom. My name is Pastor Charles Williams from Yahweh Apostolic Ministries. And we're going to do a teaching on the truth about Halloween. We're going to give 7 reasons why believers should not celebrate Halloween. Now, Halloween has become an issue among believers. Long considered harmless fun, a lot of people are now questioning its history, nature, influence, and fruit. So, what's wrong with Halloween? And what should be the attitude of the conscientious believers toward it? Is it harmless, or is it sinister? The facts we present will help you to answer that question once and for all. Listen to what the Bible says about witchcraft in 2 Chronicles chapter 33, verse 6. He observed times, which is practiced astrology, and used enchantments, which is magic, and used witchcraft, and dealt with a familiar spirit, demon. And with wizards, he wrought much evil in the sight of Yahweh to provoke him to anger. Now, notice what Yahweh thinks about the practice of Halloween. King Manasseh did a lot of the things associated with Halloween. Now, just as it was in the days of Manasseh, Yahweh still hates the practice of Halloween. They still provoke him to anger. The Bible says in Psalms 119, 104, I hate every false way. Yahweh hates Halloween. The Bible says in Amos chapter 5, verse 15, hate the evil and love the good. The first reason why believers should not celebrate Halloween. Halloween glorifies death. Death is the enemy of mankind. The Bible says in 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 26, the last enemy that shall be destroyed is death. Death should not be glorified, honored, or magnified because it's mankind's greatest enemy. The second reason why believers should not celebrate Halloween. The Halloween celebration is thoroughly rooted in paganism and the occult. History traces it back to the ancient religion of the Druids, a religion so evil that Rome forbade its practice. Unquestionably, the holiday has its origin with pagan Druids, only they called it the Festival of Samhain, or Lord of the Dead. Samhain was nothing more or less than a demon. This is where emphasis on death comes from on that night. Death symbols such as coffins, tombstones, skeletons, skulls, crossbones, ghosts, mummies, and graveyards are common Halloween decorations. It was believed on Halloween that the dead would rise out of the graves and wander the countryside, trying to return to the homes where they formerly lived. This is a blasphemous perversion of the believer's belief in the resurrection. The question is, should believers adapt such practices? Can we borrow the pagan customs and superstitions of ancient people and practice them as believers? The Bible is not silent on this subject. It says in Jeremiah chapter 10, verses 2 and 3, Thus saith Yahweh, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. For the customs of the people are vain, for one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workman with the axe. It also says in Deuteronomy chapter 18, verse 9, when thou art come into the land which Yahweh thy Elohim giveth thee, thou shalt not learn to do after the abominations of those nations. Now Ephesians chapter 5, verse 11 declares, have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them. The third reason why believers should not celebrate Halloween. Halloween glorifies Satan. While you may have participated in all the fun, be assured, Halloween is a serious business for Satanists and witches. Isn't it sad that Satanists, witches, occultists are taking Halloween very seriously by making Halloween their holy day, while many in the assembly protest that we are spoiling all the fun for our children. And we let the children participate in Halloween. The fourth reason why believers should not celebrate Halloween. Halloween is not needed for our young people. Our young people need God. Kids are lonely today. Young people are looking for a meaning and directions in their lives. They won't find it in celebrating these worldly holidays like Halloween. You won't find anything worthwhile to believe in there. You'll find those things in a Bible-believing, gospel-preaching church and nowhere else. The fifth reason why believers should not celebrate Halloween. Halloween treats occultism as harmless. When believers participate in Halloween, it sends a message to the children that witchcraft, demonism, Satanism, and the occult is something fun, entertaining, and harmless. It gives a false impression of something that's actually lethal. It's a spiritual equivalent of painting a loaded gun to look like a toy gun and giving it to a child to play with. Believers, we betray others and deceive ourselves if we consider this celebration a harmless or innocent one. It's more deadly than a rattlesnake. And Yahweh says such things are an abomination. You can see that in Deuteronomy chapter 18, verses 9 through 12, and Leviticus chapter 18, verses 24 through 30. The sixth reason why believers should not celebrate Halloween. Halloween is the appearance of evil. The Bible says to abstain from all appearance of evil. It says that in 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 22. Who can deny that virtually all the symbols of Halloween are evil? Witches, monsters, vampires, ghosts, ghouls, goblins, devils, and demons all portray evil. Virtually all the common Halloween decorations represent something from demonic or occult. For instance, the jack-o'-lantern. It's the ancient symbol of a damned soul. The black cat has always long been associated with witchcraft and numerous superstitions that are still connected to it. Witches and witchcraft are a dominant theme of the holiday, but are an abomination to Yahweh. You see that in Exodus chapter 22, verse 18, Deuteronomy chapter 18, verses 8 through 14, and Leviticus chapter 18, verses 24 through 30. Even the trick or treat is a threat. This is nothing less than extortion. You either give me a treat or I'll play a trick on you. The seventh and final reason why believers should not celebrate Halloween. Celebrating Halloween is disobedience to Yahweh. Yahweh repeatedly forbids his children's participation in such demonic activity as the following passages attest. Deuteronomy 18 verses 9 through 14, Exodus chapter 7 verses 11 and 12, Exodus chapter 22 verse 18, Leviticus chapter 19 verses 26 and 31, Leviticus chapter 20 verses 6 and 27, 1 Chronicles 10, 13 and 14, 2 Kings chapter 21 verses 5 and 6, Isaiah 2 and 6, Jeremiah 27 verses 9 and 10, Zechariah chapter 10 verse 2, Malachi chapter 3 verse 5, Acts chapter 8 verse 9, Acts chapter 16 verse 16, Acts chapter 19 verse 19, Galatians chapter 5 verses 16 through 21, 2 Timothy chapter 3 verse 8, Revelation chapter 21 verse 8, and Revelation chapter 22 verse 15. Now, a careful examination of these scriptures reveals Yahweh's unreserved condemnation for all who would participate in any occult activity. So you might ask, what's wrong with Halloween? Everything is wrong with Halloween. It does not have one single redeeming virtue. It's demon-inspired, devil-glorified, occult festival. Those who love Yahweh should have nothing to do with it. Deuteronomy chapter 18 verse 9 says, When thou art come into the land which Yahweh thy Elohim shall give thee, thou shalt not learn to do after the abominations of those nations. Romans chapter 13 verse 12 says, Let us cast off the works of darkness and put on the armor of light. Ephesians chapter 5 verse 11 says, And have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 5 says, Ye are all the children of the light, and the children of the day. We are not of the night, nor of the darkness. 2 Corinthians chapter 6 verses 14 through 17 says, What fellowship hath righteousness with unrighteousness? And what communion hath light with darkness? And what concord hath Yahweh Messiah with Baal? Wherefore come out from among them, and be ye separate, saith Yahweh, and touch not the unclean thing. Now let's just review the 7 reasons why believers should not celebrate Halloween. First of all, Halloween glorifies death. The second reason, the Halloween celebration is thoroughly rooted in paganism and the occult. The third reason, Halloween glorifies Satan. The fourth reason, Halloween is not needed by our young people. They need God. The fifth reason, Halloween treats occultism as harmless. The sixth reason, Halloween is the appearance of evil. And the seventh reason, celebrating Halloween is a disobedience to Yahweh. Now in closing, I just want to say, the believers should not fear Halloween or any of the powers of darkness, for we have the authority over them. It says that in Mark chapter 16, verse 15, and Luke chapter 10, verse 19. And Yahweh has not given us the spirit of fear, it says in 2 Timothy 1 and 7. But at the same time, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices, like it says in 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. Now, some people may call me legalistic for not celebrating Halloween. But I've forsaken this pagan celebration altogether. Perhaps it's time you consider doing the same. The Bible says in Ephesians chapter 5, verse 8, "For ye were sometimes darkness, but now ye are light in Yahweh. Walk as children of light." Galatians chapter 5, verse 9 says, "A little leaven leaveneth the whole lump." Now, Manasseh was taken into captivity because of his sins, which basically were the sins of Halloween. They bound him with chains. They put him in prison in Babylon. But then the Bible says, when he was in affliction, he besought Yahweh his Elohim and humbled himself greatly before the Elohim of his fathers and prayed unto him. And he was entreated of him, and he heard his supplications and brought him again to Jerusalem into his kingdom. Then Manasseh knew that Yahweh was his Elohim. 2 Chronicles chapter 33, verses 12 and 13. Now, Manasseh turned away from his sins and turned fully to Yahweh. And Yahweh blessed him and restored him. What a wonderful ending to Manasseh's life. He was converted at last. And that's what I'm asking you to do. I'm asking you to come to Yahweh. Accept him. Accept the blood that he shed on Calvary on the stake for you, that you might be saved. Come to him today. We don't know if we have tomorrow. The Bible says that life is but a vapor. Here today, gone tomorrow. We can't wait. We can't put off our decision to live for Yahweh. We don't know if we have tomorrow to do it. So will you not come to him today?
You have watched a video made by Yahweh Apostolic Ministries. If you would like more info on the topic discussed in the video, then visit our website yahweh-apostolic-ministries.org. Contact us by email yahwehsalmighty@yahoo.com or become our friend on Facebook by going to facebook.com/yahwehsalmighty and facebook.com/elihushemi. To receive instant updates of our activity on YouTube and new videos uploaded, then subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/yahwehsalmighty. You may also follow us on Twitter by going to twitter.com/yahwehsalmighty, and to watch our live broadcast on Friday nights at 7, go to livestream.com/yahwehsalmighty. Thank you for watching this video.